Hi, Ariana. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So at the end of our last session, you mentioned that you wanted to start making some lifestyle changes. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so it all started when I went for my annual visit a few weeks ago. I gained like 15 pounds in 1 year, and I was really upset about it. So was my doctor. He thinks that's a lot of weight to gain in just a year, and he did a blood test, and I'm healthy, but I am getting close to the overweight status. So I really need to nip this in the butt now and become healthier.
Okay, and what do you think caused that to happen?
So, I recently moved out with my boyfriend, and at home, my mom cooks really healthy. I feel like I eat like the perfect amount of calories, like everything like that. Really have a healthy lifestyle. And since I moved out with my boyfriend, he's very Italian, and I'm really trying to take his culture and cook to make him feel at home and what he likes to eat. And of course, I like that type of food too, even though it's not the healthiest. So I feel like I've been eating pasta and really heavy foods every day for dinner and breakfast and lunch, and I just feel like it's really adding up.
Okay, so what are some things that you like to do in your spare time?
I really love cooking,
Okay,
and I really do like adopting his culture. So I feel like I've been doing more of like the unhealthy stuff. What else do I like? I really like going on walks. We have a dog, so that's fun, and we live near the beach. So even walking on the beach if I'm by myself, just relaxing.
okay, awesome. So you do like to cook, but you also like to go on the walks.
Yes.
Okay, great. So what do you want to get out of today's session?
I would love to just have a plan to tackle this and to, become healthier and hopefully get my boyfriend on board too to be healthier. I know he wants me to be healthier when I told him what the doctor said, but he's kind of like, you could do that on your own. Um, I'm going to still eat like this. So maybe even having him on board would help me.
Okay, I think that's definitely something that we could work on together. How do you think at the end of this session you will know that we have some sort of plan for that?
I think having like specifics of how I could reach my goal would really help. I just want to feel more confident and feel good in my skin again because I kind of just feel sluggish and gross. And when I get dressed in the morning, it's kind of just like, oh, what am I gonna wear, and stuff like that.
Okay, I think that's definitely something that we could work on a scale of 1 to 10 right now, 1 being not too confident, 10 being extremely confident, how confident are you right now that we'll be able to come up with a plan for you?
Probably like a 4 or 5.
Okay, all right, that's something we could work on. Okay, so 4 is a little low on the confidence scale. Why would you say a 4?
I just feel like this is such a big, task to accomplish. I feel like losing weight is so hard, and especially because now that I'm older, um, I just feel like it's scary. I feel like I want to lose the weight overnight, and I know it doesn't happen that way. So coming up with a plan is just a little overwhelming.
Okay, I understand that, and I'm definitely going to do my best to try to help you with that and try to come up with a plan together. Now, let me ask you something. When you do feel upset or if you feel like you need some time to cope, what do you typically do?
I feel like I usually cook. I love cooking. I feel like I'm in the zone. I kind of all my worries disappear, and it's just me cooking. And then obviously I love eating it as well. Um, and since I moved out, I came from a family with a lot of siblings, and my parents were someone was always coming in and out of our house, and I get home a few hours before my boyfriend, so I'm kind of just like waiting for him to eat dinner, and I feel like I'm bored to be honest. So I feel like I definitely snack a lot too to cope if I'm had a bad day or a good day. Either way,
Okay.
I eat.
And are those snacks typically healthier snacks or unhealthy snacks?
Um, Usually like Oreos or something. My boyfriend loves cookies, so yeah, I could eat like a whole sleeve of
Okay.
them.
Earlier you mentioned to me that you have a dog and that you also like to go for walks sometimes. Did you ever suggest maybe doing this instead when you're bored?
Oh yeah, that's a really good idea. Yeah, I do go on walks with him a lot, but maybe I should do that when I come home and I'm waiting for my boyfriend, to come home from work instead of just
Awesome.
sitting around. Yeah.
I think that would be a really good idea for you. And you also mentioned that you live close to the beach, right?
Yes.
Do you go there often?
Yep, I do.
Do you take walks there often?
Yeah, pretty often.
Okay, good. So that's something that I definitely want you to continue with. Now, let me ask you this. If for some reason there was a time in your life where this issue of, not wanting to lose weight or not feeling like you're unhealthy or not confident wasn't there, what do you think your life would be like?
If I just woke up and like my life was perfect.
Sure.
Um, I would be my old weight. I feel like my clothes would fit, normally, and nothing would be tight. I feel like I would just feel really confident in myself, and my boyfriend would be healthy too, since I'm trying to get him on board. And yeah, just feeling confident in myself, and my boyfriend being healthy as well.
And how do you think that you could get there?
I know it's going to take a lot of hard work. I definitely think I need to eat healthier. I need to exercise, and maybe try to find some better cooking techniques and recipes.
Okay, I think that's a great idea. Okay, so now I want you to tell me a time that you felt happy.
A really happy time is when I went on vacation with my family and my boyfriend. We went to Mexico for a whole week, and it was so fun. We were on the beach like every day and swimming, and I just love the beach. You know that since I live near one.
So, on vacation, what made that better than some other days that you've had?
That whole trip, I got multiple comments like each day from like how great my body looks and how in shape I am and everything like that. So it was definitely a great ego boost for sure. That I just felt great in my skin, and then all the compliments from strangers just made me feel even better.
So, what do you think has changed since then?
Um, Definitely that I gained weight, but also I feel like I spend so much time on social media. Like I even know it's like an issue for myself because I feel like I'm constantly comparing myself to all these models, and I know that they get airbrushed and whatever, but it's so hard to realize that when you're feeling so low. Um, so it just sucks.
And about how much time do you spend on these social media sites?
Honestly, since I moved out, I feel like I've been spending so much more time. Like I said, I feel like I'm more bored. Um, I don't know, probably like 4 or 5 hours a day, to be honest.
Okay, and when throughout your day do you feel like you find yourself on these sites?
I don't really use my phone at work, but when I get home and I'm waiting for my boyfriend to get home, and then usually like right before bed, and that's usually when I feel like so fat after I ate like everything all day, and then I'm just like scrolling, saying like I shouldn't have ate all of that, and it stinks going to bed, upset.
Okay, and what is it about the social media or the people that you see on social media that you're comparing yourself to?
Just that they look so happy, and they just look so skinny, and they have muscles, and their skin's so smooth, and they're traveling the world and having all these great luxury things, and I just feel like I'm at work and doing nothing that exciting, to be honest.
Now, could you think of a time where this wasn't really an issue for you?
um Probably before I moved out. Like I said, I was so much busier, and like my siblings would constantly be hanging out with me and my parents, so I feel like I wasn't ever really alone, so I wasn't really on social media that much. I would be more talking to them, and I feel like I wasn't comparing myself as much, and if I ever did, I was like, oh yeah, like they're a model, that's unrealistic for me to look like that. Where now I'm kind of like, no, I need to look like that so my life seems better.
Okay. So, based off of everything that you've told me, I want to create some goals together. What do you think would be your long term goal?
Definitely to like lose the weight. My doctor wants me to come back in 6 months instead of waiting like the whole year for my annual, because he really wants to see like my progress. He knows I'm coming to see you, to make a plan and stuff, and he thought it was a really great idea. So I really want to just go back and step on the scale and have most of or all the weight gone, and just have to be proud, as well as be proud of myself.
Okay, awesome. And I think that's a really good goal to have. Now, in order to get to that long term goal, what are some short term goals you think that you could accomplish to get to that?
I definitely could start a food journal. I know one of my friends that was trying to lose weight has one, so
Okay,
that could be a good idea, maybe.
I think that is a great idea. Now, when it comes to your food journal, do you think that that's something you would maybe want to write down daily, after every meal? How do you think you would like to go about that?
Um, yeah, I think after every meal would be great. maybe even saying like the calories of each item that I'm eating. Um, I think writing it down would definitely help me, so I'm not, just eating so much because then I'd have to write it down, and obviously I want to be everything to be organized.
Okay, I think that's a great idea, and I think that you have the right mindset with that. And I think that if you see everything, it'll definitely help you. Do you have any other short-term goal ideas that you think could help you get to your long-term goal?
Um, Definitely exercising, whether I'm walking my dog or, going on a run on the beach. I think I definitely have to make that more of a priority and not just like, oh, it's time to take the dog out. More of like, conscious effort.
Okay, and how do you think that you can make more of a conscious effort to do that?
Instead of just doing it like quick in the morning and quick when I get home from work, maybe like going on a longer walk with the dog when I get home. Like I said, it's a few hours till my boyfriend gets home, so I could even go for like an hour and a half walk. I think that would be relaxing, and maybe even after dinner too. My boyfriend usually just like watch movies and like eat cupcakes, and that's like our date kind of inside date stuff. So I think maybe our dates could be like going on a walk or doing something active as well.
I think that's also a really good idea. Are there other things that you think you might want to do to create that long-term goal?
Um, I'm really creative and I love like all crafts, so I think it'd be cool if I could make like a scrapbook with all my healthy recipes. I'm always on Pinterest, maybe like printing them out and putting it in like the recipe book that's just for me. Um, that can maybe take my boyfriend's culture, like make it like a skinny pasta recipe instead of just all the carbs. Like maybe I know they have like whole wheat pasta and like chickpea pasta, I think. So maybe that would be a little bit healthier.
I think that's also a really good idea. I think that the recipe book could be really beneficial, and it could also be something that you could do in your spare time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. I think these are really great goals, and I think your short-term goals will definitely help you get to your long-term goal. And I think that long-term goal of showing your doctor that you did lose the weight and that you did try to make that lifestyle change, I think that'll really help you.
Okay, good. I think I could do it. I appreciate your help.
Okay, so everything that you told me today was really great, and I think that it's awesome that you are willing to make this change and that you thought of a lot of really good ideas to make that change. So, just to go over everything that we went over today, you do really love to cook, which I think is awesome, and I think it's great that you want to take that cooking and put it into something a little bit healthier. And I think your recipes and things like that, I think that's a really awesome idea. I also think that, taking your dog for more walks and going on maybe longer walks or not just kind of like the dog needs to go out type of walk. I think that's also a really good idea, to exercise more and stuff like that. So your goals that you have, the long-term goal is, to make sure that you make that lifestyle change. And the short-term goals in order to get there, we're going to start exercising more. You're going to be doing healthier recipes. You're going to be doing all those different things. You're going to start your food journal.
Mm-hmm.
I think that all those ideas you came up with are great, and I'm really excited to see how you move forward with those. So as far as your food journal, how often do you think that we should check in on that?
Maybe like every week when I see you.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. Do you think that weekly will help you stay more on track with that?
Definitely, and I think me having to show someone else that like understands what I'm going through will, keep me accountable. I think by just showing like my boyfriend or something, I maybe be like, I'm not gonna write in it. So.
Okay, awesome. So some homework for you is to definitely, next week when we meet and, weeks to come until you have that doctor's appointment, make sure you bring that food journal and make sure that you're really writing in it every time you do eat something. Or if you forget, make sure you go back and write in it so that we don't forget and that we can check in on it and monitor your progress with that.
Okay, I'll definitely do that.
Great. So, based off of everything that we talked about today, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your progress in finding a solution to your problem?
I would say an 8.
An 8? Okay, that's great. What makes you say an 8?
I feel like me like discussing the short term goals and like you helping and guiding me to reach my long term goal really helped, and I feel like I really am happy with the plan, and it's not so scary. Like, oh my gosh, I have to lose these 15 pounds before my next doctor's visit, and I kind of am happy and excited to start this new challenge.
Awesome, and I'm happy to hear that because if you remember in the beginning of our session, you scaled about a 4. So now that you're at an 8, you doubled that, which I think is great because I think you do have a really good plan in place. So what I want to do is next time we meet, I want you to have that food journal ready, and I want to discuss your progress in the past week, and we can just go from there. How does that sound?
Great.
Okay. So last week we discussed your long-term goal of making a lifestyle change, and we came up with some smaller goals to get there. What have you done in the past week to achieve your goals?
So I did my homework and I have my food journal. I can show it to you.
Okay, great.
So I wrote everything down that I ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snacks. For the whole all 7 days. And then I also wrote the calories, and I really tried to stay within like the serving size of each thing. And I realized that I was super overeating. I was having like 3 serving sizes for like dinner, and that's just excessive because I wasn't even hungry after one, to be honest.
That's awesome. So do you think that this is really helping you?
Yeah, definitely. I think by writing it down and thinking, oh my gosh, I have to put that in my food journal, I'll, maybe have an apple with peanut butter instead of like Oreos. And even my boyfriend kind of is on board. So when we went food shopping, we made a lot healthier choices than, getting so many processed foods.
Awesome. So I want you to make sure that you continue with your food journal. And each week I want to make sure that, you're really keeping on track with that. And it seems like you're doing that and that it's working for you. So that's good. Is there anything that you've done this past week that you would like to change for next week or for the weeks after that?
I definitely would like to track my exercise. I did exercise more than usual, but I feel like I was a little bit lazy some days. So I think I should definitely try to make more of an effort of exercising and moving my body every day.
I think that's great. And I think along with the food journal, tracking your exercise and maybe incorporating it with your food journal would be good because then you can see everything and then you can look back and see the progress that you've made. Is there anything else that you would like to change?
Maybe like how much I'm going on social media. I would walk my dog like more than usual, but I definitely am still like addicted to my phone. I always want to check it, and I still look at like all the models on Instagram, and I'm still comparing myself.
Okay, so maybe trying to cut down on that a little bit would also be good, and maybe we could track that in our journal as well.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Awesome. So I really want to see, as you're progressing, you continuing to use your food journal, and I think that it's really working for you, and I think that your lifestyle goal is really achievable, and I think that you're doing an awesome job with that, and I think that you'll continue to do an awesome job with that.
Thank you.
So I want to just add a little bit to your homework. So initially we were just doing a food journal. So today we discussed a little bit about adding the exercise to your food journal. So daily, if you're exercising, even if it's just a walk, if it's anything like that, I want you to add that. If it's something a little bit more, I want you to add that too. Also, I want to add to your homework adding in your social media use. So, just jotting down each day how much time you spent on what. I would like to see that next week when you come in. And I think that, adding those things may be helpful for you. How do you feel about adding those things?
I think it's a really great idea. I love how like everything's laid out each day. So by seeing like, wow, I exercise, all 7 days, I think that'd be really empowering. So, and also my social media, hopefully I could be cutting down. So I definitely want to add that in for next week.
Okay, great. I think that's a great idea. Now, let me ask you just one more time. If you had to rate on a scale from 1 to 10, how confident are you right now in your goals and how you're achieving them?
I'd probably say an 8.5. I don't think I'm at a 9 yet, but I definitely feel more confident than last week. I think by adding in, the exercise and, the social media usage, I think that would hopefully be able to get me to a 9. And I think another long-term goal I could add is that I really would like to be like a 10 and be super confident when I go to my doctor's appointment in a few months.
Okay, great. I think that's a really awesome thing to add to your long-term goal. I think feeling a 10 is really where you want to be. But even being at an 8.5 this week is great because you increased from last week where we started at a 4 and ended up at an 8. So now an 8.5 is great. I think that by adding these things, it could really help you and we could really achieve that 10.
Okay, I'm really excited for next week just to show you my progress.
I'm excited to see it.